All right, Shalom. First off, we want to start by giving all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to our apostle and elders of Great Millstone. Honors and salutations unto you brothers that's preaching his word in sincerity and faith. And Shalom to you sincere listeners and believers thereof. All right, so we just wanted to jump into this article that you see on the screen. You know, it's all centered around prophecy, of course. And hey, this is the topic of conversation, and this topic is not going nowhere until this event fully comes to pass. Okay, and what we're talking about is World War III, which is prophesied in the scriptures to occur. Okay, so this is off of RT.com. It says risk of nuclear war is the highest since World War II. Perhaps it is time to start paying attention. It says debates over pressing issues such as climate change, healthcare, and global poverty will ultimately be rendered pointless if crazed neocons decide to make the world uninhabitable by launching a nuclear war. According to the bulletin of the atomic scientists, the doomsday clock is still 2 minutes to midnight, a new abnormal, having become disillusioned with this particular noteworthy development being buried under the media's radar for far too long. Director of the UN Institute for Disarmament Research, Renata Dwan, has spoken out against the threat of nuclear war, calling it an urgent issue that the world should take more seriously. All right. It says, and this is all prophecy. You know, I'm gonna grab the scripture real quick.
Well, I have something real
Okay.
quick.
All right. What you got?
There's Matthew 24.
Okay. Let me pull it. Slack here. Okay.
It says, and you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
Yep.
See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically what's going on. You know, it's been going on actually. You know, since the beginning of last year or before then. You know, it's always been rumors of wars, not yet. Now it's repetitive to the point to where you're hearing it dang near every day. You know. Mm-hmm. Instead of just hearing about it like once, like here and there, now you're hearing it every day on the news. It's always not in the mainstream news, you know, because they don't really throw it out there in your face, but on the alternative media, so you're hearing about. That's where you really know what's going on by checking out alternative media, and that's why America is trying to condemn alternative media and call it fake news and everything else, because they don't want people to actually know what's going on. You know, that's part of the bread and circus is by giving you your BS news, so you don't really know what's going on globally, so to speak.
Yep, keeping you in the dark instead of being in the light, and that's why the scriptures talks about that Thessalonians, us not being in darkness. You know, we're the children of light because what we're enlightened with the knowledge, wisdom, understanding of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and it was the 3rd chapter. All right, surely the Lord will do nothing, but He revealeth the secret unto His servants the prophets. So we're not in the dark about all these events that are being spoken about and that are set to come to pass, because what, it's all a part of prophecy, and the Lord did what? He revealed His secrets unto His servants the prophets, man. You know, even these Edomites, they don't know. They know to a certain extent, but Esau really don't know nothing. You know. And it's being shown. The more we get down to the wire, you know, the more we get to the end of this man's society. You know, that's why it says in Isaiah the 47th chapter, "Why art thou weary in thy counsel?" You know, because things are not going according to how Esau has a purpose in his mind. You know, the Lord is he's finding out the Lord has been and will always be control of the narrative. You know, you got more on that.
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. And that's what the article going into World War III. You know, that's was basically the times that we're in. When you see nation against nation and kingdom against kingdom.
Yep.
You know, stuff going the tariffs with China and America. You know, they've been going back and forth with that. That's something that's still going on to this day. You know, and it's actually affecting the people in America.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like same thing with stuff going on out there in the Middle East. All right, America and Russia. All right, all these different things is going on across the country. It's involving other nations because they have alliances with these other nations.
Yep, that's right.
So it's going to ultimately lead into World War III.
Mm-hmm.
And like the brother was saying, they like to keep the masses of the people in the dark because keeping you in the dark is better for the elites because you're not going to be all scared and worried about what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're going to be focused on just being a good slave in America.
Yep. The less you know, the more they can control you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they can control the narrative. They can control your mind. That's when you go back to the word government. It actually means mind control.
Mm-hmm.
So with the government, with you trusting in this government, everything that they tell you, okay, oh, go get your shots because they're pressing out the measles. All right, all this disinformation that he's pressing out, these simple ass Babylonians would be more susceptible to believing. You know, you got it, bro.
Oh, that was it.
Okay, yeah, I got this then. All right, this is Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly.
Mm-hmm. And that's what you see going on.
Yep.
And I have seen I forgot, it was a RT clip, video clip, but the you know that they be having different headings for different segments or whatnot, and one of the segments that was going into was basically mentioning actually World War II and World War III, and they were saying that we're basically I forgot how I said it exactly. Yet it was saying that we're closer to World War III than the times we in World War II or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's basically saying that you know we're basically World War III can happen any moment.
Yep.
It's pretty much it's already started, yet it's not like fully initiated, so to speak.
Yeah.
It ain't like it's just fully being known and troops being sent out there, everybody in America knowing and stuff like that. Yet it's still already started because you got sanctions going on.
Yep.
You know, they sending out military over there, doing stuff. Cold War. It's a Cold War.
Exactly. Yeah. The U.S. just sent, I believe, 15,000 troops to the Middle East.
Yep.
You know, out of their claim is out of fear of Iranian threat. You know,
that's how they're gonna get the people to be okay with going to World War III. Just like when 9/11 happened, out of fear, that's how they get people to be okay with it. Because they're gonna get a false, you know, they're setting it up for it to happen. Yet that's how it's gonna be. They're gonna say do it out of fear.
Yep.
And tell the people we have to go to war because such and such happened. Whatever they want to make up.
Yeah, I got this, and then I'll hop back into the article unless you have something. All right, this Isaiah 9 and 5. It says, "For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire."
Yeah, so it ain't like for bros who see watch Game of Thrones, it ain't like that no more. Where you got shields and swords and everything, you fighting face to face. Now it's times have advanced, knowledge has increased.
Yep.
So now it's to the point where when you go to war, you don't have to even physically be there. They can send drones, send planes, all right, and ultimately send a nuclear missile. Because that's exactly how America's going to go out.
Yep. The
press of a button. You know, everybody's going to send missiles over here, all right? They don't even have to be over here. That's how much the knowledge has increased, and Yahweh Shem Yahushai is really, he's the one that put the spirit on them to create that technology.
Yep.
In order for America to be taken out that way.
Yep, that's right. As it says in Isaiah, the Lord has created the smith, and Esau is the modern day smith. You know, he is a destroyer. That's his blessing. The sword. So of course, he would create the modern day sword, which is what really the missiles. You know, to destroy himself, and that's what this article is going into. All right, World War III coming quickly, man. Okay, so I continue on the article. It says, to be fair, we live in a world where the people will only take an issue seriously if they are told to take it seriously.
Yep.
See?
That's how
By
simple,
the media.
That's how simple the people are.
Uh-huh.
Just like with measles.
Yep.
Nobody, that would never cross anybody's mind until what? Till the so-called white man threw it in your face and say, you need to be scared of this. Come get a shot. Now all of a sudden it's a big deal. Yet, but prior to him ever mentioning it, it wasn't a big deal.
Yep.
And it's going to be the same way with World War III. Nobody's, just like the article saying, nobody's going to take it seriously until the government actually says, like, we're in war. This is serious. We're having we gotta what's they called when they gotta basically recruit everybody.
Mandatory draft.
Yeah, mandatory drafts.
Yep.
All right, that's when it's really gonna be hitting these people, and when it's real.
And it's already on the books. He already have these laws in place. He just need the proper event to take place so that he can institute them. You know, okay, we just been attacked. All right, it can be any way. Homegrown terrorism, or they just invaded the country, okay, or they just drop bombs on a couple states, whatever. However, the scenario goes down, them blaming it. They got a thing called problem reaction solution. Them creating a problem, getting a reaction out of you simpletons, and then coming with their form of the solution.
Yep.
You know,
nobody's gonna take it serious until something like that happens. Just like I was saying with the measles, you could use that as a small example.
Yep.
Nobody even, that wasn't even on nobody's mind about measles outbreak or whatever until it got pushed to the media.
Okay.
And that's exactly how it's going to be with World War III. Nobody is taking it seriously now.
Yep.
When we out there in our highways and byways and we're speaking of World War III, saying that it's already started and it's going to happen, nobody takes it seriously. Yet they're going to take it very seriously when it's already too late and it's actually going on.
That's right. It says the risk of nuclear warfare is no exception, despite its catastrophic consequences. If you want people to understand the urgent threat nuclear arms pose to the world, the media would do well to start talking about it more. According to Dwan, all states with nuclear weapons are in the process of modernizing their nuclear weapons, which in turn is changing the arms control landscape. She also believes this is partially due to growing competition between China and the United States. Yeah, they're going back and forth too with tariffs.
Yep.
All right, and that's a form of trade war.
Yep. That's exactly what it is. They just don't call it that.
Yep.
That's them sugarcoating it by calling it tariffs.
Yep.
But it's actually trade wars.
Yeah.
Because what you're doing is actually affecting that economy, and it can actually it's affecting that economy. You know, and the people within that country, just like what they're doing out there in Venezuela.
Yep.
Same thing. Yeah, they make up these different terms to sugarcoat it to where it makes it sound less harmful or less bad when they talk about it on the news. Because people are so simple, when you use a term like terrorist or something, they don't think of it in a negative way. And that's part of Esau witchcraft, using different words so that you take it differently when you hear it.
Yep. It says, I think that it's genuinely a call to recognize, and this has been somewhat missing in the media coverage of the issues, that the risks of nuclear war are particularly high now, and the risks of the use of nuclear weapons for some of the factors I pointed out are higher now than at any time since World War II. Dwayne said.
Yep. And that's why the doomsday clock is closer to midnight than it's ever been.
Yep.
Because World War III is more. It has a higher possible chance of happening than ever. Just because of the times that we're in, and because we're in the last days.
Yeah.
And that's part of the prophecies. We know that this is all supposed to happen yet. Like the article is going into, the people, the masses of these people, mainly in America, because people in other countries, they know what's going on. It's just people in America, they don't know what's going on. And they're not going to take it seriously until, like it said in the article, until it's being actually thrown in their face that we're at war.
Yep, until it's told unto them to take it seriously. Because right now Esau is telling these people, We got it under control. They don't want to mess with us. All right, we have the best military, the best nuclear capability. We're unstoppable. We're untouchable. We're America. All right, you know, and that couldn't be that's far from the truth. And you people are going to find that out the hard way. So it says, what would a nuclear war look like? Albert Einstein once famously said, I do not know with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. Yeah, that's because there isn't going to be any World War IV. Okay? You know, and these wicked elites, they know this, man. They know the scriptures. I believe it was I think that devil, I want to say Albert Pike. Yeah. He had the dreams of the I believe of the three world wars. Okay? And that's all what? According to the scriptures, man. You know? This is the war to end all wars. All right? After this, man, hey man, like it says in Isaiah, it's going to be peace. Peace is going to come after this great war. All right. It says to launch a nuclear war is to launch the unthinkable.
Yeah, and that's not, the reason they're saying that is because it's the key word nuclear war.
Yep.
Because once you do that, it's no going back. That's why Russia. That's what they even said. They said they're trying to avoid nuclear war because once you hit that button, there's no going back. When a nuke go off, everything is like completely like through.
Everybody in their right mind is trying to avoid nuclear war, other than who? Babylon, America.
Yep.
All right. Them rats, them Amalekites, them fake Jews. All right. They're the main warmongers. They're the main ones waging war, and really, they're the main ones, like it says in Revelation, that the wicked. All right. Him taking peace from the earth. Yep. That's why ever since Esau has been in power, there has been endless wars. All right. Edomite on Edomite war, may I add, man. All right. So so this is Esau's MO. It says to launch a nuclear war is to launch the unthinkable. Unfortunately, unthinking is all too common in the age of Donald Trump. So we have to be even more vigilant about this issue than we ordinarily would. That isn't to say we shouldn't have been vigilant under Clinton, Bush, and Obama, all of whom launched disastrous wars of aggression without a legal basis. That's right, because they're all just different faces being controlled by the wicked elites. All right, they're nothing other than puppets. Okay, doing the bidding of the Rothschilds. It says if Washington launched, and you can see about that. It should be on YouTube. The documentary called "All Wars Are Bankers' Wars." You know, it says if Washington launched a nuclear war against Russia and China, the bombing alone is estimated to kill at least 335 million people within the first 72 hours. This estimate was calculated as far back as 1962, meaning the number is surely higher today. Yep.
It shows you that that's why Albert Einstein said what he said. He doesn't know how the fourth war will be fought. I mean, the third war will be fought, but the fourth will be sticks and stones, because what he knew, he understood back then. He even understood whatever technology that they would use for World War III, it would be so bad, destructive to the point to where everything would just restart, so to speak. Be back to sticks and stones. That's at the beginning. Basically a full reset. And that's basically what it's going to be when World War III happens. Yahweh Shem Shai, he's going to come back. All right, Yahweh Shai is going to come back and reset everything back in order.
And that's the spirit too, because they're acknowledging Yahweh Shai's return too, because it's not going to only be a world war like it says in the Apocrypha. There's going to be a war between different realms. All right. Esau is going to attempt to fight Esau and these other heathen countries. They're gonna stop fighting each other and attempt to fight the Lord and the angels. You know, they just came out. Pentagon been researching. They pretty much they've been investigating so-called UFOs, which we know as the chariots of the Heavenly Father, man. So they're admitting they're admitting The truth. What we've been telling you from our apostle elders on down, man.
They actually have to now because there's so many signs of them.
Yep.
To the point to where they can't even sit back and lie no more. Now,
straight up.
Now they gotta just come out and be like, all right, look, we've been watching them, but they ain't gonna go into it. They're just gonna leave it at that. Like we've been looking into it.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna go any deeper. They're just gonna throw that out there to let it be known that they do exist, so that the people can leave it alone and be like, all right, I'm not bugging out when I seen a UFO with the Esau deems it as.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, because really, what he's doing, what he's been doing, with all these movies and these stories, the aliens, Green Man, E.T., all this stuff, he's been demonizing the angels in the Lord's return. All right, so that way, you simple as 2/3 can be looking at the Lord and the angels as enemies, in which really they are enemies to you because you're enemies of the Lord. Yep. The Lord is coming back to destroy, all right, and to deliver the 1/3 and the elect. The 2/3 you're going to be destroyed as well. A lot of you niggas are going to be zapped by the chariots, man.
Yeah, because you already chose your side. You chose the side with Esau.
Well, a lot of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American men and women are going to take part in this war. They're in the Marine. They're in the military. Nothing but jakes, man.
Especially out here, in our area, we see that all the time.
Yeah, we're by a military base, Air Force, Air Force base. Yep. So it's nothing but just different people coming from all over, chiefly all over the U.S.
Whoever gets stationed out here.
Yep, and it be mostly Israelites.
Yep.
Mostly Jakes.
And they all go in there just for what? Just to make an easy check, so to speak. Yet you signed that contract, you putting your life on the line. Right now you ain't in war, so yeah, it seemed like an easy check for you to get. But then when it's time to go to war, he's sitting right out there in front field, front of the line.
That's right. It says, continuing on, as former Pentagon consultant and whistleblower Daniel Ellsberg once explained, these deaths are merely the beginning. Well, then I asked, all right, how many altogether? And a few days later, 100 million in East Europe, the captive nations, another 100 million in West Europe, our allies from our own strikes by fallout, depending on which way the wind blow, and however the wind blew, a third 100 million in adjoining countries, neutral countries like Austria and Finland, or Afghanistan and Japan, northern India, and so forth. A total of 600 million people. That was a time, by the way, when the population of the world was 3 billion. Yep. Yes, way more than that. Yep. All right.
That just shows you how bad it will be when those missiles happen. And that's just them talking strictly about the missiles, not even about Yahweh Shai coming back with the chariots and everything else. He's coming back in the midst of all that.
Oh, well, I'll bring that out. Let me finish the sentence real quick. And that was an underestimate of their casualties, 100 Holocausts. So, since you said, yeah, Salakia, the camera had cut out, but picking up, this is Isaiah 66:15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind to render his angry with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Yeah, the slain of the Lord is going to be many, man. And that's on top of all the, that's on top of the destruction that's already going to be happening from the missiles in itself.
Yep.
All right, the Lord, here it is, like the article was going into. That's already bad enough in itself with the fallout from the missiles, the nuclear wind, that destroying wind, like the scriptures speak about.
Okay.
All right. Here it is. All that is already bad enough in itself. That could take out like billions and upon billions of people. Then Yahweh Shai coming back with the chariots, man, and zapping all y'all in the midst of all that.
Yep. Yeah, and the Lord said he's his spirit is going to be in those missiles, man. Because the Lord is pure fire, man, pure spirit. All right. So the Lord is going to have his hand all the way in this judgment. That's getting ready to take place, man. Okay. Yeah, pretty much, it's a little bit more in the article, but for time's sake, The recorder keeps cutting out. You know, brothers can read more on it, into it. You know, if you want, it's rt.com. Risk of nuclear war is highest since World War II. Perhaps it is time to start paying attention. You know, and like I referred to earlier in the lesson in Thessalonians, you know, that's why there's no need to write unto us, as Paul referred to, the Apostle Paul referred to, because what, we're on our watch, we're paying attention. Okay, we're vigilant. You know, we're watching the current events, and we're filtering it through scriptures. You know, we're filtering it into prophecy, so we see clearly what's going on, and we're hastening this, man, because after this place is destroyed, man, the kingdom of heaven can be established. All right, you know, and Israel can be in rulership forever, like it was always intended to be, you know, from Yahweh Shai, of course, on down, you know, as being joint heirs.
We'll finally get our rest.
Yeah.
Because, here we can't.
Nope.
That's why, it's like the scriptures say, we hasten the destruction of America. We look forward to that day, because then we know what's coming afterwards.
Okay. That's right, man. Like it says in Peter's, man. All right. We look forward to new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. You know. All right. So with that, hopefully this lesson was edifying. We're gonna go ahead and close out once again, giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakar Kodash. You know. Until the next time, we want to say shalom to the elect, man. You know, shalom, death to America.
Shalom.
Shalom.